Hi, my name is Mark and I teach economics. In this video, we're going to talk about the economics of Russia's recruitment. Now, an average person in Siberia, let's say, makes $5,000 a year in USD. And this is a whole year's salary. They live a very meager existence. Maybe they live in a block of flats, they live with their parents, and they're saving for an apartment, which may happen midway through their life. Right now, Russia is offering $5,000 a month to go to Ukraine. Now, this is a very unusual thing because $5,000 a month means at the end of the year you could have enough money to buy an apartment. Sounds like a good deal. First of all, we know it's not because of the great injustices. Second of all, here's the catch. Russia knows that, it's specifically Putin, knows that when they sign that line and they're a conscript and they're a recruit and they go to Ukraine, chances are they won't come back, so he doesn't have to pay the money out. Isn't that amazing? He's thought about this, the accounting and economics of it, that the mortality rate is so high statistically in Ukraine, estimated to be 30% initially, and when the aid comes, Western aid comes, it will be higher. But there's another catch. He will put these young people on the front lines where the mortality rate is even higher. He will use these people so as in a sense fodder, so he doesn't have to make the accounting payout of that salary that is probably accrued and then paid at the end of like 6 months or something, or 3 months, or whatever they ration it to be. But he knows he doesn't have to make that payout because he will put these in the front line, in the center, in the heat. And when this happens, it's just simply an actuarial insurance type calculation that he won't have to pay it out. So he's, in a sense, a reaper, a grim reaper. This is a scythe or a koza in Russian, Polish, Ukrainian. And you use it to reap grain and wheat and rye. This is actually made in Siberia. I bought it by the good people, good, hardworking, honest people that create something of value there. And yet he has become the grim reaper. It's a reaping. Just like in the book, The Hunger Games, it's the reaping. So the economics, the accounting, the actuarial equation in Putin's mind is these people are not returning to Siberia, so he doesn't have to pay the money. If you are Russian and you're young, my goodness, you're 18 years old, look at the bright, positive, good things in this world. You should be chasing true love. You should be playing Minecraft. You should be rebelling against your parents. You should be on Instagram surfing whatever pretty pictures you want. But going there, you risk your immortal soul. In fact, that is the deal with the devil. Think about it. The $5,000 a month is a very desperate act. It's not an act of nationalism or patriotism or defense. It's a desperate act by a desperate person who's done the cold calculation and treats humans like a math equation that has no feeling. That this payout of $5,000, if you sign it, you will go to the front line and you will not come back. And that's all there is to it. We want to build a more peaceful world, a better world, a freer world. And one of the ways we can do that in economics and life is raise people's awareness. When people are aware, they can make choices that are morally correct. Plato believed that it was ignorance that really impeded humans from making correct moral choices. Because if they could see the totality of all the actions that they do, then virtue would be its own reward. So the economics of Russia's actions, just like the invasion, is a no-win situation for the whole and for the individual. I did a video on the motives for the invasion, and I would like to even broaden that a little bit more because the motives have changed. Initially, it was probably connected strongly with this oil and gas and the gas pipelines that went through Ukraine, because Russia had to pay Ukraine for those pipelines and the new discoveries in the Black Sea region. But now it's really become a sunk cost, almost cutting losses. Don't be a recruit. Desert. My grandfather deserted, and he had a wonderful life. Don't be somebody's cannon fodder. And that's the strategy of a despot, to keep people poor, to keep people living at the minimum, so you can manipulate them with propaganda. And the propaganda we can go into in another video. Don't be that pawn on a chessboard. With Putin, it's not chess. There is no draw. He's either going to win or lose, and you are that pawn he's going to sacrifice. So the economics of $5,000 a month to be recruited to go to an unholy and unjust war is not worth it, because you will not come back. Everybody, peace and love. Peace and love to the whole world. Thank you very much, and stay tuned for more updates. God bless you all.